The speech doesn't blow away. Hi, Philly. My name's Eliza Schatzman. I run the Legal Accountability Project, or LAP, where I hold abusive judges accountable for misconduct. Today I'm going to talk about this fall's critically important midterm elections. Because in case you haven't heard, we live in the swingiest purple state, and taking back the House majority and finally checking Trump administration lawlessness runs through Pennsylvania. There are 4 flippable congressional districts, PA 1, 7, 8, and 10. My life's work and all of our rights depend on who's in Congress. These congressional elections affect us no matter where we live. You know, when I graduated from law school 7 years ago, I wanted to be a prosecutor to hold bad actors accountable. So after law school, like thousands of others, I decided to work for a judge. Unfortunately, I was harassed, unjustly fired, and retaliated against by that judge. When I tried to hold him accountable, I discovered I couldn't sue him because law clerks like me and 30,000 people who work for the federal courts are exempt from Title VII of the Civil Rights Act and all federal anti-discrimination laws. I reported, I fought back, yet Congress left me without the protections I deserved. So I launched LAP to correct injustices I experienced. Unfortunately, spineless members of Congress do not understand that they are a watchdog with oversight power. These are congressional problems requiring congressional solutions. You know, as somebody who was personally screwed over because Congress decided not to pass laws to protect me, it pisses me off to see Congress pass the buck right now. We all know about Trump administration abuses. They are all over the news. But Congress and the courts aren't much better. You know, members of Congress are supposed to do 4 things: constituent services, legislation, oversight, and appropriations. Unfortunately, most voters don't know that Congress has oversight power, including some people running for Congress, which lets members of Congress get away with not doing their jobs. Any member of Congress can send an oversight letter asking tough questions of any federal agency, and they can use the bully pulpit to raise awareness. But congressional Democrats refuse to conduct oversight over the courts. If and when Democrats take the House majority, they should haul judiciary and Trump administration butts before Congress to ask tough questions in public. You know, some people think that the federal judiciary is standing up for the rule of law. That's actually not the whole story. Is it on? I can talk loudly. You guys hear me? Yeah. All right, so that's actually not the whole story. So in 2023 alone, 106 federal judges harassed their clerks. Yet just 3 law clerks filed complaints. 106 versus 3. Why? Because law clerks are not protected legally against retaliation for reporting. Yet Congress has done nothing to hold judges accountable, to pass laws, or to conduct oversight. Congress assumes their constituents, us, that we don't care that the federal courts are so lawless. They don't understand the federal judiciary affects all of us. Judges interpret our laws and decide our rights while not subject to those same laws. They commit misconduct behind the bench while judging others' misconduct in front of the bench. No kings does not just apply to the White House. Federal judges are literally above the law, and Congress shields them from accountability. Fortunately, right now, we have anti-corruption candidates running in PA 7, 8, and 10 who understand that nobody is above the law. They are talking about subpoenaing corrupt Trump administration officials to answer for their abuses of power. Using the power of the purse to cut funding for agencies that violate our rights. Term limits and age limits for members of Congress. And banning congressional stock trading. Yes. These candidates have the experience, the expertise, and the fighting spirit this moment demands. No one should be above the law. Not presidents, not judges, and not Congress. Nobody gets power without accountability. So, 2026 is about electing a Congress that knows its power, from right here in Philly to Lehigh Valley to Scranton to Dauphin County. And 2027 is about using that power to fight back. We are angry, but we are not powerless. Thank you, and remember to vote.